Hello, it's Debbie Gilbert from the Business Awards Show, and I'm also the host of the Best Business Women Awards and the Best SME Awards. Today's guest, well, she's a creative force and branding expert, known affectionately in the business world as the Logolady. Today I'm joined by Trudie Avery. She has over 25 years' experience in graphic design, branding, and visual identity. And Trudie has helped hundreds, actually, it's probably thousands, of businesses create professional, standout brands and truly reflect who they are and attract the right clients. She's been running the Logolady now for 9 years. Awards first came on her radar back in 2019, so quite some time ago. So we're going to talk about her awards journey, which culminated at the end of last year, winning a silver award in the Best Businesswomen Awards. And she has a clutch of awards already. So we're going to talk about all of the awards that she's won and what difference that's made to her business. And we're also going to talk through the importance of a good logo and good visual identity in business. So welcome, Trudie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Lovely to see you. So 2025, bit of an eventful year for you with
Oh
the
gosh,
award at the end. So how was 2025 for you? Let's start talking about that.
immense would be a great word. So I became a published author.
Oh, wow,
I
amazing.
know of a number one Amazon bestseller, which was it was a group effort. It was empowering women to rise.
Okay.
So that was a collaboration book, which was amazing. And my speaking journey was flying along. I did a couple of stage events in London. I did Samantha Cameron's Elevate to Success event in front of 100 people. So my speaking career was really getting going. And and the awards on top of that too.
So it was a really good year for you. So you started your business 9 years ago. What made you start out on your own? Because you'd obviously been in graphic design quite a long time at that point. So talk me through what made you set up your business.
Absolutely. So I actually left a previous business that I'd set up to start a new business. So I had two business partners and I was pretty miserable actually in that business. We were an agency, digital marketing agency, and I've just felt like the company was going in another direction. It wasn't creative enough for me basically. We were doing a lot of technical stuff and creating systems and I was like I want to do design. I need to do design. I'm like a stick of rock with graphic designer written all the way through me. It's like my soul was dying at that point, and I was just like, nah, I have to get out. I have to go. So I said, my partners brought me out, and I literally walked out of the offices with a Mac under my arm. I was like, okay, you can pay me all this money and let me keep my Mac. And yeah, no clients, no staff, all of
Mm.
that I signed away and literally started with me and my Apple Mac in an office in my house. And it was amazing. I loved it. Right from the start, I was like, right, I do it again, and I do it better, and I do it my way.
Mm. That's the thing, isn't it? What you've just said, my way. So you'd been in this business for how long? The one before that? How long had you been?
11 years, that
Oh,
one.
11 years. So were you in corporate before that?
Wow. So my first job was a small design agency. There was only three of us. At the big peak of it, there was five of us. And then I moved to London and there was two of us. And at the peak of that, there was probably five of us. So it's never
Mm.
been corporate. I
No,
could not say I've had a corporate career. I've worked
no.
for lots of corporate companies, but
Mm.
I'm just like small agencies all the way through. So it was the one in Peterborough, the one in London, and then I went off traveling for 15 months with my now husband. We had a massive adventure, Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, we started off in Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. That was the best year of my whole life. Just off out having lots of fun, and then coming back from that, that's when I started freelancing. I set up on my own. It was like, well, where's my husband going to get a job? I could be flexible if I just again, me and my Mac, sit down, start up, go out and say to people, hey, look, you want some graphic design work?
That's the beauty of graphic design work, isn't it,
Oh
really?
God, yeah.
Your tool is your MacBook, really, isn't it? And
Mm-hmm.
you can set up wherever you want. Because I guess a lot of graphic design agencies do tend to be small teams. It's just how it is, isn't it?
Mm.
So you were in business with these other people, and the business, from what I'm understanding, didn't really go in the direction you wanted it to go in. So that must have been quite liberating for you to be able to go, right, I've now got this business my way. And that's what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So how did you set about getting clients and starting from scratch again?
So networking,
Right.
networking has always been huge for me. Go out, you meet people, you talk to people. So I did go back to clients, like old clients. I had a few of those who had like laid dormant from years before. And yeah, I just picked up with people. And and back in the day, starting up again, when I came back from traveling, I'd hoiked my physical portfolio around to marketing agencies. But in 2016, it wasn't like that anymore. I just, you can approach people online. So LinkedIn's been really great for
Mm.
me. Networking, events, people, just, yeah, getting your name out there really, and being confident and chatty and nice. Make friends with people and you get recommended, and yeah.
So what made you call yourself the Logo Lady?
Networking again. So my business is called Avery Creative,
Mm.
but it was while I was networking that I was talking about the work that I'd done, and somebody just said to me, oh, you really are the logo lady. And I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I am. And when something strikes a chord and it's like, God, that's so simple. And
Mm.
it's not all I do, but because I love branding, if I can start with the logo, build the website and all the marketing materials, it's almost like you go into a supermarket for a loaf of bread and you come out with a trolley full. But I was thinking, logo lady is my loaf of bread almost, where I just can be known. And this is one thing I say to my clients all the time: you can do everything for everyone, but you'll never be known for that. If you can do one thing, what is it that you could be known for? So for me, I thought, yeah, logo lady, that's just perfect. And I bought it. It wasn't trademarked, so I trademarked it. I got logolady.com. It was just like it was meant to be. It felt like it was written in the stars. Yeah, that's me. I'm bagging it.
So have you got a website for that and for Avery Creative?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Avery Creative does what else? Because obviously Logo Lady is your logos. What else do you do with Avery Design?
So because I'm a graphic designer, and I do literally do everything for everyone. I do. So I do the logos, the websites, the brochures, the posters, the pull-up banners, the invitations, the email, the social media graphics. I do all of it, everything. Um, and I don't really use Avery Creative specifically. And I think one day I hope to sell Logo Lady as a
Mm.
brand. And so if anybody wants to offer me £1 million for it, it's yours. I'll go back to Avery Creative. That's fine. I'm good with that. But yeah, it's that's the bigger picture. That's the everything that I offer.
Mm. And let's talk about AI. How is AI impacting your world?
I bloody love it. Gosh, it's made my life so much quicker in terms of if mocking things up,
Mm.
in terms of using it to help write things. And I put down everything I want in something and I say, polish that, and it
Mm.
spits out something, and I'm like, oh, gosh, truth, that's amazing. And also helping with the ideas generator. I'm like, okay, I literally put in my designs into ChatGPT, and I said, what do you think about that? I've put in already the background, the brief, and everything I know. And then I put in the ideas, and it will say, oh, I can totally see what you've done with this. This is really great. And then last week it said to me, yeah, but I wouldn't use that color because of this, and this. And I sat and thought about it for a while and thought, yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Actually, change that. So, it's just like having a buddy. The one thing I think you can't do, I mean, the downside of AI is everybody now thinks they can go and design their own logo, which of course they can. You can get a logo, but you'll never be able to get out of AI what I would give you, because you don't know what you don't know about branding when you're designing a logo yourself. You don't know the questions to ask or the information to put in or the whole breadth of what actually a brand is, which is way more than just what your logo looks like. So it's never going to replace me. It can't.
And I think the danger as well, I mean, you can go to these stock sites and buy logos. And the danger with that is somebody else has got the same logo as you. And the same with AI, it could create something that's already out there. And I'm guessing when you're doing logo design with people, you do that due diligence to make sure that somebody else hasn't got the same logo that you've
Yeah.
designed. Yeah. So it's unique to you. So when you're working with a business and they're either a new business or they're looking for a rebrand, what are the key things that you are looking at or considering when designing their logo?
I totally lift the bonnet on who they are. Who
Mm,
are you? What do you love doing? Why do
mm,
you love doing it? What experience have you got? Who are you doing it for? What do they care about? Where's that sweet spot between what's really important to you in your values and your personality and the kind of people who you're looking to attract? And I
mm,
always call that the absolute sweet spot right there. It's like your values, what you
mm,
really care about. That is what your clients' values are and what they really care about. So being able to uncover the important parts and not be afraid to add the personality. I was just working with a lady just before Christmas, still working with her, but she has an Indian heritage, and her website did not. There was nothing about that, and it was almost like she had tried to hide it. And when I was
mm,
talking to her, she was so proud of her Indian heritage, and she's so wanted to be authentic. And when I put that to her, the fact that that didn't factor in anything, she felt quite liberated to say, I want that. I want to be that person. I am that person. So to bring out that into my brand makes absolute sense. And that's the
mm,
thing. Whenever I work with somebody, it's not a surprise to them, because it's just I just reflect a mirror at them a lot of the time. But what they see in the mirror is quite freeing and often almost a surprise to them.
mm.
And they go, they call me psychic. Like lots of people say, God, Judy, are you psychic? And I'm like, I'm just holding up a mirror. But the thing that I've done is asked you the questions.
Mm,
I've dug under the surface. I'm giving you a visual on what you said. And
mm.
people were like, wow, that's just magic. And for me, it's like, it's easy, it's just
It's
you
your
told me.
intuition. I would say it's your intuition as well at
Yeah,
play. So
probably.
it's asking the right questions, but because you've been doing it for so long, your intuition is playing a part in that, do you think?
Yeah,
Mm.
100%. I mean, it is sometimes some really spooky things happen. I mean, this whole psychic thing, but when I design a logo for somebody and I put in, so for example, just before Christmas, I designed a logo, and I used a bird as a symbol of freedom and peace, and like an upward and outward trajectory. And to me, it made absolute sense. But this particular bird that I used, when the client saw it, she cried, and she said, "You don't know what that means to me." And she told me the story of what it did mean to her. And she said, "But I never mentioned it. I never said that to you." And there it is. And I was like, it's interesting, because that happens quite, not frequently, but it has happened quite a lot.
Oh, maybe you are a bit psychic there, Trudy. Who
Maybe,
knows?
maybe.
So let's go back to 2019. So you'd been in business for 3 years at that point, and you came away from the SME Northampton Awards with 2 silver awards. So tell me about that and what happened at those awards.
So when I first entered awards, it was because I had a PR company that, on retainer, and that was one of the things that they did, was like
Ah.
enter some awards for me, because it was not even something I'd ever really thought about. Awards are for other people, they're not for me. I'm not good enough. What would you say about me that make me stand out? But when somebody else writes really great, amazing things about you, and then gets you shortlisted for as finalists for different awards, you think, oh, okay. That's brilliant, that's amazing. But yeah, the SME awards, I got a great customer service award, and what is it, businesswoman of the year award.
That's
And
amazing.
ooh, me. What's that about? But yeah, such a such a fantastic feeling. I remember driving home from the awards, still almost taking it in. And my husband was in the car with me, and I literally screamed, and he almost crashed the car. And he was like, "What the hell? What did you do that for?" And I was like, "This is insane. I can't believe that just happened."
So that must have been a real massive confidence boost for you at that stage in your business 3 years down the line. Was
Oh,
that how it
totally.
really kind of made you feel that you were recognized, but also the validation perspective, really?
It is. It's really lovely. And the amount of people, I think, as well, with all the awards that I've been a finalist in or that I've won, when you put it out there and you say, "Oh, look, I'm a finalist in the Best Businesswomen Awards," and everybody, like literally hundreds of people, comment on your post and go, "Brilliant, so well deserved," or "Amazing, Trudie, congratulations, Trudie, wow, Trudie,
Mm.
you're amazing, Trudie." And you're like, wow. So it's not the validation of the award, it's almost like everybody's opportunity to say, "You totally
Yeah.
deserve that." And it's huge,
Mm.
huge.
It's a big pat on the back because
It's,
we don't have annual appraisals with anybody when we run our own business. And this is one of the things I say to people time and time again, when they go, "Well, I can't see the point of awards." And I'm like, well, when you work for yourself, that's the only validation you're ever going to get,
mm,
apart from happy clients. So I think it's really important. So you obviously went on to do the National Business Women Awards, which is another awards in the same space as us.
yeah.
And you then did lovely Sandra's Awards, the Women Who ones, which I was at last year, which I loved that. I thought it was a really great event. And then that led you into the Best Business Women Awards. So what's the kind of strategy that you've developed with awards? Is it like, "Oh, well, I like the sound of that and I can make the date and I'll give it a shot"? Or have you got another strategy that you're using for your awards?
So the Best Businesswomen Awards, no, that's you. The Woman Who Awards with Sandra, it's almost like I was moving in those circles. So in terms of credibility, I
Mm,
knew that Sandra, she's phenomenal. What a beautiful person. And my business coach at that point was Dawn Owen, and Dawn Owen and Sandra Garlick are very sort of quite close And Dawn was like, enter these awards, just
Mm,
enter them. And thought, okay. And there's so many awards out there, but having it recommended, and also you came highly recommended from Memphis, like
mm,
enter your awards because these
mm.
are really great. The event's really great. So it was to do a lot with recommendation, to be fair.
Hmm. I think that's a good strategy because you're getting that second person kind of validation from somebody, aren't you? That's either experienced it themselves or that they're part of it. Because it can be confusing. There is so many awards out there trying to decide which ones to enter.
Mm,
And I think what you end up with at the end of it is quite important because the validation has to come from credible awards, really, not ones that you can buy the logos for.
yeah.
Because I personally don't think that they're very credible if you just have to pay money and they give you an award because you've paid for it. So I think that's a really sensible strategy. And how did you make the most of kind of being a finalist at these events? Did you have a strategy with that, or did you just decide, well, I'm going to go along and see who I meet?
Yeah, so I put it out there on social media. Look at me, I'm a finalist. And and in the build up, these are the other finalists, and meeting and contacting, being and saying to people, hi, I'm Trudie, I'll see you at the awards. It's just
Mm,
extending your network and
mm,
being around peers and that kind of thing. So I capitalized on the fact that I had this honor and putting it out there. And I did contact, after I won the awards, I did put it in the local newspaper. Or I attempted to. I don't even know if it went in, to be fair. I don't read the newspaper in my
I
local
think yours did
newspaper.
go in, actually. I think for us it was in the Bedfordshire one. Are you in Bedfordshire or Northamptonshire or something?
Northamptonshire.
Yeah, I
And
think
was
I
it
saw
in there?
yours. I think
Oh,
so. Yeah,
there you
I
go.
have to check it again.
You
I'm pretty
made
sure
it. I
because we
was,
get all the Google alerts that come through from the press. So I'm sure I saw you get something. I'll
well,
have to
I
check it
did
out.
put the press release out. So,
So obviously your journey's 9 years long now. So what kind of plans have you got for the next couple of years? What's on the what's cooking on the Logolady's stove at the moment?
well, next year, this is a bit hush hush for now, but I am actually running my own event in
Ooh.
collaboration with three other branding specialists. We're all branding oriented, and we are going to be launching our first event,
Mm.
so in person.
Mm.
And that's huge for me.
Mm.
Like, I feel I'm so nervous, like that nobody will come. You know that. I mean, you run these events you've probably like,
Um, yeah, I think in the early days, definitely, get that fear of who's gonna enter. And I think I'm like that at the moment with the Best SME Awards because that's the first year we've run it and it's in two
yeah.
weeks' time. And only four people have entered so far.
Well, I better get entering then.
But that's normal. And like when I say this to people, they look shocked. And I'm like, look, most of the entries will come in the day before or the day of. That is how it is. And that is how it's been with the Best Business Women Awards for all
Oh, so
those
you've got
years.
nerves of steel
So
right
you
now.
just have to hope and pray that you
Yeah.
get a decent number of quality entries.
And
Um,
that same as being like working for yourself. People say,
mm,
well, how do you know that the business is going to keep coming in? And you said, well, I just know because it always has.
it always has. Well, I mean, I think in that respect, you are out there, you are visible, you are going to events, you are networking. If you stopped all of that tomorrow, your leads would probably start to dry up a little bit. You'd probably still get leads from people you've worked with, but new leads would probably start to dry up if you weren't doing anything. I mean, you work quite hard on your own visibility, don't you?
Yeah, very.
So I think that's important. So where's the event going to be? Are we allowed to know? Is it going to be in London or Northamptonshire?
Milton Keynes.
Oh, we can do it in Milton Keynes. I like Milton Keynes. So when is it
It's a great
likely to
venue.
be?
It's great in the middle, kind of
Mm. And when is it likely to be?
September.
Oh, exciting. So when are you going to announce all the details?
When we figured it all out, I think. We're still talking. We've got I think we've pretty much set the venue, but yeah, we're still talking about what the structure of the event's going to be. How can we make this an amazing event that people are going to get so much out of?
Mm.
So yeah, we're still very much in the planning phases at the moment.
Yeah, but that's the exciting bit. It's like planning a wedding. It's all very exciting.
Yeah, I've never done it before, and I'm a bit like some of the other people. Well, all three other ladies who I'm doing it with have done it before, so I feel like I'm in good hands.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm quite like nervous about it really. Because I was speaking at Sam's event last year, and just sort of putting that out there and trying to help with the ticket sales for hers. And I really, as a speaker, I didn't want to be that person who just turns up and does the speaker. I really wanted to be involved with like putting it out to my audience and me sort of pushing it on social media and saying that I'm speaking here, come and join me. I've got this discount code and putting it out to my email list. And, but I was like, even at that point, I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to be quite hard. People don't just jump, do they, at the ticket sales?
And again, what I've found since the pandemic, that people book late now. They, unless there's a really good early bird offer, they leave it all to the last minute and they book literally a few days before. It's so frustrating.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I know.
I'll have no nails left.
I know. Luckily, I don't bite my nails. I wouldn't have any, I don't think, if I did. So let's kind of finish off by talking about the book that you've just been part of, because I think that's quite an interesting topic for our listeners. So it was called Empowering Women. I got that right?
Empowering women to rise.
Empowering Women to Rise. I love that. So how many authors took part in the book, and what was the kind of premise of the book?
There were 17 of us.
Hmm.
And so I signed up at the beginning of the year in February to speak on a stage
Hmm.
and with Speak and Shine.
Hmm.
And it was run by Kira Adair. And that was for me because I'm like, I want to be on more stages. How do I get on more stages? And funnily enough, not everybody's jumping up and down saying, Trudie, please come and speak on my stage. So I thought, right, okay. So I invested in myself and said, right, I want to speak on your stage. I had the coaching that was available with this offer. They took photographs, they did video footage of you so you can put it together and put yourself out there as a speaker. So it was great, a really amazing thing. 8 minutes, you had to learn it off by heart, which is harder than you think. So only 8 minutes, but it's like, blimey, when you're sticking to a script, it's not easy. I was walking around the field, walking my dog, right? Speaking over and over. Everyone thought I was a lunatic because I was just talking to myself the whole time. I saw one of my buddies. I'm like, go on, speak and practicing my speech. But so after, and it was after that event that they said, do you want to go from stage to page? And they'd offer a few people the opportunity. And again, I thought I wanted to be able to put on my bio speaker, author,
Mm.
designer, and if I want to do that, then I need to invest in myself and do that. So that's what I did. I invested in being one of those authors. And the theme was empowering women. And that's so important to me. That is so important to me. Like to raise each other up, to support each other, and so when with the opportunity to be part of that, I thought that just fits so well with my values and my passion that, yeah, 100% I'm in.
So, did you have a book launch for it? Did you do any?
Yeah, we did. And actually, I was on holiday in Greece
Oh,
at the time of the book launch, but I was there. I was on somebody's phone. I
wow.
was videoed in. But yeah, well, and I also designed the book cover.
Oh, wow, that's a
Yeah,
present as
which was,
well.
here it is actually.
Oh, there you go. That's lovely, Trudy. That looks
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you. And because I couldn't be at the launch, and I knew I wouldn't be able to be at the launch even when I signed up, and but I was like, I still think it's a
Mm.
very extremely worthwhile thing to do. But because of that, they had a pre-launch party to release or uncover the book cover, and it was literally so that I could be part of that. I mean, these women are absolutely just the most beautiful, lovely, kindest ladies ever. Yeah, so I was part of that party where everybody was like going, "Oh, the book cover is amazing."
Amazing. Well, we will make sure we put the link to the book in the show notes. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for joining me today. It's been really interesting talking to you, and thank you for sharing those tips about logos and branding, because I think that was really useful. Um, and I really think we're going to be seeing you on a lot more stages, winning a lot more awards, and hopefully speaking. So, if you've been listening to today's episode and you need a speaker for your event, we will make sure that Trudie's details are in the show notes, and we'll include your LinkedIn profile as well, because I know you use
brilliant.
LinkedIn a lot. So, congratulations on your success so far, and I wish you continued success in your business.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been amazing.